If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, all on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started.
Last time on Lawful Stupid. So this one's going to be different.
I was drunk.
No, this one's going to be different. Because the way we're going to place this...
I mean, that's not going to be
that's
different.
fair. You
Regardless
guys are never
of where this takes place, I was drunk last time.
That's fair.
Most episodes.
That's fair.
Really.
That's every episode. I don't know that we've been through one episode where he's sober.
The last 2 episodes, I didn't have a drop.
Left in the cup.
More clear.
Anyway.
So, instead, we're just going to introduce our 2 guests. We have a special guest this time. Boys, take it away.
We have 2 of the amazing people from our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, you need to be there. It's super good and fun. This is me, Scott Shanesaw from Lawful Stupid, saying, hey, I'm Bill Clinton. Come check out our Discord. I don't know.
That dropped real quick into Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it started off Don Knotts and then went to Bill Clinton.
Yes, you did.
I did not, Chris. I assure you, people of the Judiciary Commission, I did not. He always did this point. He did the point with the thumb, the presidential point. I did not have ritual relations with that Gerblin.
That's true, Gerblin. Right, so we have Dragon. And we have Abon.
You said my name right. Hooray.
It's the first time ever.
Gender fluid, name pronunciation fluid. I'm just an idiot. It's awesome.
Watch him unravel from this point as he forgets everyone's names and genders.
That is true. I was not lying when I write down pronunciations. All right, so since this is a guest episode, we're going to do things a little bit different, and we are just going to kind of jump right into the boys and the shenanigans they'll be in, and then we will introduce the guests once they get there. Is everyone ready? Does anyone have any questions? Boys, you don't get to ask questions. You do this every week. Perfect. Guests don't have questions, so we'll get moving. Kristoff, Rowan, and Atlas, you hear the strum of the lute.
Oh no.
And you each wake up with a taste of sand and salt in your mouth. And as you wake up together, you can hear the ocean lapping at the beach. You can hear the sound of the nearby woods. And as you look up and look around, on your left, if you're facing the ocean, you just got miles of beach. And on your right, you have a... how to describe that the best? Probably should have came prepared. You basically have a wooden landing on the beach, like wood planks built into it, almost like how you would see like a dock, right? Like how a dock starts in a beach and it leads out into the ocean, except for this dock doesn't like stand raised above the water. As it leads from the beach to the ocean, there are wooden panels floating on top with ropes lining it. And as your eyes follow this bridge, essentially this floating bridge, about 600, 700 feet out, you see a floating town atop the water.
There's a part of me, deep down, that thought, hey, Rowan's lute looks different now. It's enhanced by wind. It's all kinds of green. It probably won't do that thing anymore. Shame on me.
Yeah, I was just thinking, we aren't Noxbane anymore.
I thought we died and went to heaven. Look at this. There's so much water.
So what do you boys want to
Go
do?
straight to that city.
Okay. You guys... Go ahead.
Hey, look. No, hey, look. We see a fucking city. Let's go there.
I suppose.
Feel the railroad. Alright. So you guys head to this landing and you step up onto these wooden panels and you walk across the bridge. And as you walk across it, I mean, it kind of dips as you walk a little bit, like just submerging under the water a little bit as all three of you are walking across. And the closer you get, you hear voices and like the normal sounds you would hear out of town, like people talking and shops but the town is like 100% on water. Like I think as you're walking, you would look for like bracers, maybe like pillars under the water, how it would be there, but you don't see those. And so you go into this town and it's full of elves. Like, you don't, like, normally when you go into a town, you see different races when you're kind of walking through, as you're walking around the different sections of town. You have yet to see anything other than elves as you're making your way, through the village. And the first thing you come upon is a notice up on one of the town crier boards, essentially. And it basically says, missing noble, reward for return. And then it says...
If I might be so bold, could I just roll a quick history check about a floating elvish predominant city?
You absolutely can.
Thank you, dear friend. I would love to. That is a gentleman's 20, unnatural.
You remember that there are stories of a city that floated on the water. You can't remember much about it with a 20, like knowing what you know now, just visiting. You just remember like, oh yeah, that seems really, really, really familiar, but you can't place it all the way. The rest of the notice says, see the Duke at the Thirsty Clam. So now you guys can explore the city, or you guys can go to the Thirsty Clam.
I'm just really like taken aback by this. Mostly because this is a bar, essentially. It's going to be the Thirsty Clam, but it doesn't have a name with a variant of the color red and then a thing. Yeah, I don't like it.
I say, whoa. It seems, and I don't see race necessarily, but it seems like there are just an awful lot of not orcs or not dwarves or not tieflings here, if you catch my drift. Have you been here before?
Is that a real question?
Maybe I didn't end it with a high pitch, like, to expound upon being yes. So all the things I said, here before?
No, I haven't been to this floating city before.
But to be fair, in Atlas's defense, outside of his horrible bigotry, outside of the fact that it's full of elfwomen, it does seem to be a seafaring state. I mean, it's literally floating on the water, and that's kind of your bag, as it were. So I asked, in that context,
that's what I meant.
Have you been here before?
Let me consult my inner dialogue. Have I been here before?
No.
My inner dialogue says no.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But if this is a loot thing, we've brought stuff back before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No?
I cross my arms so as to not show my ring.
But it's not completely far-fetched, though.
No, not at all. I mean, presumably we could.
We can get this reward and maybe take a ton of money back with us.
I mean, I like money.
I'm in for adventure, you know.
Adventure, nobility could be a thing.
Yeah, do you know this
Helps.
character?
I would like to roll a history check based on nobility with my noble background if I know the local regency.
Please do.
That is a gentleman's 2. Well, 5. 5 with modifier.
You tell me what you want to tell the other players because you're working off nothing.
Yes, I do believe I have heard of the nobles of these lands. I've heard of the floating city full of elf people. If I recall correctly, it is the Silverleaf family that reigns supreme in this land. But it's been so long since I've had any of them in court. So we should probably just find out.
And it looks like we're going to the bearded clam.
To the rusty clam we go.
Okay, so you guys set off, and it's very easy to find a tavern, right? You walk around enough. You walk around, and he just fucking takes his headphones off. I'm done with this. No Red Roof Inn. I'm out. They're
entire
cutting all
cabin
of
is
our
broken.
sponsorship deals. It's over.
Yeah.
So you guys look for a building with a clam on the sign, and you figure that's where it is. Turns out it's not. That's the sewing shop.
Clam shop.
So you guys
Still clams
go.
there.
You guys go into the tavern, and the tavern is nicer than most taverns that you're used to. You're used to like the seedier taverns. Not seedier, but like rough, right? Like Oxbane and Orenthal as a whole.
Lived
yes.
in.
What is that word that's like nice for lived in?
Rustic.
Rusty.
Yeah, maybe it's rustic that I'm looking for. But it's definitely like a home. Yeah, it's homey, yeah. Oh, you can tell this is a home. Yeah, no, this is like more elegant than that. It's nicer. And again, elves for days.
I approached the elven barkeep.
Bar, you do have what this sticks out quite sorely is there are 2 tieflings.
I approached the tiefling barkeep.
No, the barkeep is super an elf.
I stick to my original plan of approaching the elvish
I just wanted to
barkeep.
be clear, like when it's all elves, you're gonna notice the 2 non-elves pretty quickly, right? All right, so you walk up to an elf that's you can tell she is middle age for her race, and she has a short pixie cut and has like a bar apron across her waist. And when you approach her, she looks at you, and you see surprise with like normalcy followed by hello.
Greetings. I would like 1 glass of your strongest alcohol with just enough fruit juice to change the color.
I can do that. And she reaches back behind the bar. She gets you a glass. She makes whiskey or like a hard alcohol. You see her pour a juice, like an orange juice, and then a vial of something else in it. And she hands it on the bar, and you guys exchange like a small amount of money because I'm not charging you guys gold for drinks. And she says, here you go.
What was in the vial?
Oh, that's a special of the Thirsty Clam. Essentially, it's blowfish toxin.
Great. I'll have
I drink
a
it.
rainbow bowl, please.
Uh-huh. Okay. And she comes back with a bowl for you, Atlas. And it is essentially like 7 different sherbet ice creams, all infused with the strongest alcohol you've ever had in your life.
What is your name, dear?
My name is Lynn.
Lynn, I want to tell you, this looks perfect, except for one thing. You forgot the whipped cream that goes on top. Yeah. So this is the part where I will pay you monies, but I just need a little whipped cream on top of this thing here.
What brings you guys into town?
Looks to Kristoff.
Magic.
Excuse me?
Magic brings us in. Quite literally, we were brought into town by magic.
Okie dokie.
So actually,
Also,
yes, about the missing persons. So yes,
there's a missing noble. That's what we've decided we're here for now.
Alright. I guess that you want to talk to the Duke then.
Yes.
We blend in so good.
We are good blender in as Rowan, that is correct.
Stealth. Yeah, I
just
guess you want to
part
talk
of the
to the
community.
Duke then.
Yes, I would love to.
Oh, well, he's sitting right over there, and she points to a high elf, or excuse me, a wood elf, who's got copper skin and a short black fade haircut, and he is wearing such fine clothes made from silk and drinking a glass of wine, and you can see he's looking over like very nice parchment, and he's doing a stack of paperwork.
I walk over to him. Oh, I finished my drink.
Okay, while you guys do that, you guys are in the tavern. Dragon and Abon, you are welcome to do whatever you want at this point. You have entered the scene. You don't need the boys to introduce you. You are now playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Whoa, I've never done that before. Is it hard?
Is 5e or
It's very hard. 3.5. Shane, you feel
Finally!
at home. Finally, this is my game.
So, I want to know, can I roll to hear what they were saying?
Yeah, you can always roll a perception check to see if you can overhear them.
I want to know.
The first dice roll of the game. Today's session. Here we go.
Not first dice roll. He's done several history checks.
2 history checks.
Yes, here we go.
Oh.
I got a 14.
I think you would hear a little bit of what they're saying.
Would it?
Maybe not every word, but you would get the gist that, they're newcomers from town, and you definitely heard that like they were brought here on magic? ?
Okay. Would I have heard that they were talking about whatever this quest is?
Yeah, you would have definitely seen that they were talking about the Duke, because Lynn pointed out the Duke pretty obviously, because they're not the first travelers to come and talk to the Duke.
Okay. So I smile at my friend there and I walk on over to the boys.
Just do me a favor and go ahead and describe your character for not only the audience, but the boys.
Okay, let me
Your
paint
physical
you
character.
a beautiful word picture. So you see a red brick tiefling with white hair tied back in a loose lower ponytail and a high bun. Her horns kind of go back almost ram-like, and her eyes are almost completely white, with her irises like very pale blue. She wears like a teal oversized hooded jacket cut to kind of show off her midriff a little, and a bright orange, maybe I'll say it right, kipao? It's kind of like the Chinese dress thing, and it's like a crop top looking thing.
The thing that Chun-Li wears from Street Fighter.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. She has dark blue billowing pants and maybe like a teal high slitted mid-calf leg skirt kind of held up by like a beaded belt. And you can see like there's like a book and a decent sized leather pouch on her side. On her forearm she has like arm wraps and beaded bracelets around each kind. Like, like a Moroku from Inuyasha. That kind of style. And then she also has the wraps on her lower legs and her toes. She carries a wooden quarterstaff, kind of like wrapped around with wraps wrapped around as a grip, and with red strings of cloth. Let me say it. With it holding like a jug, a small golden bird, and an arrowhead.
confirmed that this character looks way better than yours, boys. Way
I'm
more
wearing
thought.
nothing, so she's great with the keypad or whatever that is.
I like to leave my character open for interpretation so people can kind of fill in the blanks.
But does she have a codpiece on like I do?
No.
Likely not.
Unarmored bonus, thank you very much.
I mean, he has the same thing. He also has unarmored bonus. Anyways, you were approaching the boys. Go ahead.
So my character comes up and she's like, well, hello there. I heard you were talking about this missing elf lassie. Sounds like you're interested in the mission too. I know I want to be in on it. I know I definitely need some help because I got some punchy punch, but I need a little extra help.
Do you know this place?
Just a little bit. I'll make it happen.
Do you know its name?
Well, it's kind of weird to come into a place and not know its name, but this is the town of Wumkandi.
You're hired. You already know much more than us.
I can tell you a lot of things about this town if you want. Well, maybe not a lot, but I'm a monk. My name's Abix, just so you know. There's a lot of sea elves in town, as you can tell. This bar is kind of full of them. But they kind of like don't have much friendliness towards more people here. But this is your opinion on what kind of happens. I don't really care.
And Lynn reaches over the bar and to Abix says, I think you're cut off for the day.
That sounds good to me. I wasn't planning on spending much more, ma'am.
Oh, let me just start by saying I love your accent. I don't know where you're from personally, but I do appreciate.
Well, thank you. I am from the land of silence.
He looks back to Kristoff, mouth agape. Then back to Abix. Then back to Kristoff.
Double take.
Y'all look a little bit funny.
Hey, this guy's from fucking Silence
really?
too.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. I guess seeing Tieflings out here makes kind of sense.
Yes, many of us have called Silence home. Largely, that's where we're
Well, with
from.
that said, we wondering what brings you here? Like with only elves, what brings you here?
Oh, I'm also here to see about this missing elf. I know a little bit about her. I just know her name's Willow Fellandare, and she's kind of here from this other noble city, and I want to save her because they're really good about return favors. Plus,
Did you say Willow Flounder?
Fairyndale.
Willow Fairyndale. And now that I have that name,
Just so you know, she has that accent going on. She's not saying it right.
Oh,
Now
good,
that I
because
have-
I was about to correct my pronunciation.
now that I have that approximation of a name, I would like to do another history check on the Fairyndale line.
Please do that.
While they're talking, I want to sneak up.
15.
Roll a stealth check for me, please. And with a fit while she rolls with a 15, you know that the Fairyndale family was a noble family, but it's not currently in power in Goron. In fact, you
yes.
haven't really heard of them for decades.
So, I happen to know the Fairyndale family has not been in power for quite a few years, so I'm not sure how we're going to get our reward.
That sounds a bit silly. It's a noble girl. They normally have all the money out here.
That adds up.
What was that stealth check, Dragon?
It was a natural 20.
Okay. You are stealthy.
Chris, remember sometimes the time thing. Remember Swan?
Oh,
Yes. Wait a second. What's it smell like?
The sea?
Do I smell the very distinct smell of time travel?
You may roll a perception check to
I would
see if
love
you can
to.
smell time travel.
That is a 19.
It smells like the sea.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
This doesn't smell like time travel at all, Rowan.
We all know Kristoff Chanel has two innate abilities. One, you whisper his name. If you're a true friend, he'll hear it and he'll be there.
How'd that work
He
out?
can smell time travel.
Yeah.
He can smell time travel.
I mean, maybe you just need to roll higher next time. Maybe 19 wasn't enough.
Abix,
42.
could you point us in the
Abix?
direction of the juke? I'm sorry, I did not. It's the accent. Abix.
That's all right. Well, he's right across the way. I haven't talked to him yet just because I was gathering information around town. And having a couple of drinks, but that's just me.
Bartender motions like a more than a couple sign.
Well, actually, we saw on the way in 2 tieflings. So you said by yourself, but are you here with someone else? You've got to know the other tiefling, I presume.
Well, that's just racist. How can I know all tieflings? I don't know this one over here. I don't even know his name.
It's true.
I have no response for your accusations.
What are y'all names anyway?
I'm Rowan.
Rowan,
Atlas.
nice to meet you. Atlas.
I'm Chris.
Just Chris. All right, sounds.
Well, Chris Toff, if you must know my surname.
All right, sounds good. Kristoff, Rowan, and Atlas.
Atlas,
Got it.
Yes.
Atlas.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm gonna take Rowan's hat.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Do I not contest this?
Yeah, you're gonna.
21.
Yeah, you're gonna contest that with sleight of hand too, brother. I'm gonna give her advantage because she has stealth, so you may roll again.
I rolled a nat 20.
Shit.
You're gonna need that.
It's gonna be
nat 20.
21.
Oh man, that's 221. So, okay, nat 20, rule of cool. So you sneak up behind the boys as they're talking to Abix, and
It's very confusing because her real name, Abon, her real handle,
I
Abon, is a
swear,
hard A.
I
and
swear,
her name is a soft
she
A.
was just corrected for doing that wrong, but that's okay.
Also now we're a man.
Abix
so.
and Abon.
No, so man.
That's true.
No.
But I didn't say he. I said, as in Devin was just corrected. Neither here nor there. Dragon, your character reaches up and grabs his hat, almost like spider senses go off. Rowan snatches your wrist without even looking at you and says,
Can I help you?
Oh, sorry. I just really liked your hat. Thought I might take it.
I'd prefer if you didn't, but I do like your taste in hats.
Alex is laughing.
I release.
that response could not have been more Rowan-esque. I liked your hat, so I'm going to take it. Which is very much Rowan.
That's what Rowan is not mad. Just, please don't.
I can appreciate why you would want it. It's a very good hat, but
That's why I
hat.
bought it. Yeah.
Abix pats the other tiefling's back. You tried.
So you do know.
And I don't know if your name is Abix or Abix because I can't believe anything you say now.
It is Abix with a long A. Like an apple.
It's one long, wide A in front. That's how you have to write it. The A goes from like one corner of the page to the other.
Lots of A's. Like you're screaming. But I don't feel like screaming right now.
And you hear Lynn, the barkeep, say, I thought you guys were going to go talk to the noble or the duke. Either way, you're scaring off the customers, and like hushes you away from the bar.
The customers.
She looks at you, looks at the elves. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. I go talk to the duke.
I go with them.
All right, your posse? Are you guys a posse now? Does 5 make a posse?
I think we're a squad, dog.
You're a squad?
Hell yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. We got 2 southern accents. That forms a posse. Anyways, you guys approach this high elf, or this wood elf, excuse me. High elf, man. I don't know why. Nobility every time. You approach this wood elf.
It's a high elf, man.
It's a high wood elf.
Yeah, so he is working on these papers, and you guys kind of roll up.
I extend my hand as if to shake, and then I also, the hand that I'm extending, because I read my character background the other day, nobles carry a signet ring with their family's crest on it, so I extend that hand with the ring on it as if to shake.
So you reach your hand out, and the noble kind of sees the whole group and shoves himself back from the table, stands very formally, like puts one arm behind the other, and then shakes your hand. And when he does this, he like turns your hand slightly to see your ring of nobility.
I turn to acquiesce.
And he says, well, isn't that curious? Sorry, that was quite rude. I am Duke Aslo. Who might you be?
Quarter bow. I'm Christoph.
I'm Atlas.
And
it's noble talk.
and the Duke says, Christoph, what is your last name?
Shinder.
I nudge my friend there.
That is interesting. What brings you to Wamkari?
Aid. I'm here to aid you. You have a missing noble within your community. One Willow Ferrendale. And I'm here to assist in that matter.
What does Silence want with a small village like this, small town like this, and our Ferrendale?
What do all nobles have with anything that interests them? It's my whim.
He looks at you. Do me a favor and roll a persuasion.
I would love to.
Love to.
I lost that die forever. It went out of the dice tower, rolled up. It's like
all right. There's one good die down, boys. This is like Mario Tennis. We just gotta break one more.
No, because I was using my lapis
it
lazuli
is
dice,
out.
which you know what that means. It means out comes the metal die.
Oh no! Put it away. Put it back. Don't do this to us.
I can't make it up. That's a natural 20.
Um.
The metal die does not fail. The metal die is a freaking champion.
Weighted heavily on one side.
I don't know. I didn't make it.
You can test that.
I don't have enough salt water.
He looks at you like pretty concerned and says, fair enough. I believe that's why we're in this position in the first place. And I see you brought... He looks at you kind of curiously.
My
mercenaries?
retinue? My retinue.
Interesting choice. But okay.
They're very capable.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Okay. was not expecting nobility to come and assist. Where are my manners? The family of Farendel are beside ourselves with honor. We appreciate the Shindos coming in, especially considering. I appreciate it so much.
It is the Shindo family's pleasure.
Well, awesome. What? I suppose I'll start from the beginning.
Please.
Oh, our little Willow. She's so young. It's really not her fault.
How old is she?
She's 15. Young, still so much ahead of her. But, if we're being honest, he looks around, leans in. I blame her parents. Didn't really give her much of the stick, if it were, and now she runs around and does whatever she wants.
She sounds smart.
And anyways, she came to Umkadi, I suppose for the beaches, I suppose to have fun. We can't really tell with that one. Either way, it wasn't long until we got missive that she had gone missing. And that's really strange. And it was even more strange when we got a ransom letter. Essentially, she'd been kidnapped by the mer people. And, well, we sent some people down, and they haven't come back.
Could I see this letter?
No.
Do you remember what it said?
Yes. We have Willow Farendel. Either give us a seat at the table, or she'll die.
And of course, the mer people want a seat at the table because they're being more or less not represented in this community.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay, and then?
Is it...
But... Go ahead.
Is it those, I guess those mer people in that Sindalwood Cove area?
The very same.
Oh.
But the mer people in the cove? They're not in the sea? I guess they're by the sea.
Well, this cove...
We'll see.
This cove is underwater, sir. But, yeah, no, they're 100% seafaring. Well, anyways, we sent along some people we trust, and they never came back.
How long ago was this?
So, that was 5 days ago. Before you ask, she's been missing for a week since I got here. So 2 days after I got here, the men that traveled with me, they made preparations, they went diving, they have not returned.
Great, seems like we have our destination, gentlemen. How do we get to a place that's underwater?
Well, you swim, of course.
Oh, you do have good jokes. I do appreciate a good joke.
The noble looks at you quite seriously. I don't get what's funny. You do swim.
Is there an apothecary anywhere in town?
Oh, of course.
Can you direct me there?
Yeah, of course. Go right out the tavern and look for the potion sign.
It's very helpful.
Those are great directions.
I assume it must be immediately outside.
Yeah, it
Unless
is.
you
It's
pass
like
it on the way in.
you go out and you can turn and you can see the potion sign.
Very good. Any other questions? What does she look like?
Good question. She is short-ish, blonde hair. She has, she was seen missing with white robes with gold accents. Very put together. Definitely looked like royalty. And she's a half-elf, actually.
Fair enough.
That's the best guy.
He, eyes you.
I was for Rowan. Looks like you could be royalty soon.
And
I don't know. Maybe I already am.
Me too.
I suppose the only question left would be the reward.
Well, that's easy. We can either pay you a handsome sum of gold. Of course, the Ferendel are known for paying their debts, and we would absolutely be happy to help you if you want to exchange for a favor.
Is that the kind of offer you can truly make to a foreign noble house?
If we can't do it above board, the king would likely do it using back channels, as it were.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm all in for it.
Someone's gonna go with her, right? I'm pretty sure drunk people can't swim.
I've got her. You're completely fine.
Oh, I'm not worried about me. I'm staying here on the dry land.
I see.
The mer people. What can you tell me about them?
They're mer people, and they don't like the sea elves.
Do they have any
People
sort
of the Mer.
Do they have any sort of internal rank structure or known issues or anything of that nature?
And he sighs and he says, "Listen, if we had better insight in the mer people, they would probably be on the council, which is exactly what they want. But since they're not, they kind of have an attitude. And because they have an attitude, I don't talk to a lot of mer people. So the answer is no.
Why don't you just put them on the council?
They're mer people.
Go on.
Need I say more?
Yes.
Listen, I don't know how they do it there in silence and in this whole Shindo thing we've got going on, but listen. Here, we kind of keep it in the family, as it were. We like elves to be making the decision for the elves around here.
That makes perfect sense. How very open-minded of you. We will go and we will find your missing noble.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for your time, and I leave.
Fellow.
Have fun storming the castle.
As soon as we get outside. So we're going to use that favor to put one of them on the seat, right?
Yes.
I'm still following the boys, just so y'all know.
I am also following the boys. Because I'm not sure if Rowan has let go of me or not.
I have. But. So, Tiefling, what is your name?
My name is Mariah Belladonna.
Alright, Mariah, I'm assuming you and Abix.
It's Abix.
Abix!
It's Abix.
Yeah, I just like picking on her like that. She enjoys it, I think.
Can I overhear that?
I mean, you're right there in the group. I don't think he was
She
like
punches
trying
him
to
in
be
the
super stealthy.
shoulder. Like, you know, like that playful punch.
She does
I
that.
go by bear and rage and kill her. No. No, I accept.
Alice, this
I
isn't how we
accept
make
the punch
friends.
as playful jest.
And that's where the podcast ends. You know, it's anticlimactic. The boys were killed by guards on a win adventure.
No, I accept the punch as a playful jest. Let me carry on.
You mean an adventure?
I like it.
Got it tonight. Anyway, to the apothecary.
To the apothecary. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or you just beelining for the apothecary?
Should I explain what I look like?
Oh yeah, why don't you go give your physical description? Thank you. Well, you just rolled up stealth like super good.
All tieflings live
So
just
still,
alike.
I still didn't know.
That's true. They do.
Oh,
Confirmed.
Tell them about my best friend.
She is a pure white tiefling with a gold nose ring. She is wearing basically black, what I like to call Ezio attire, because I am in love with Assassin's Creed. And she has one bright green eye and one yellow, and her horns come down in a ram shape as well.
It's pretty sweet.
Did you say SEO?
Ezio.
Oh, Ezio. See, I heard SEO and
Search engine
then
optimization. The IT guy when it came out.
No, actually, when I heard SEO, I thought Sword Art Online, which is SAO, but that's neither here nor there. And however, I think I got the same style. They're close.
I heard Etsy, yo.
She buys
Also
all of her
works.
clothes off Etsy.
She started Etsy just so she could buy her clothes from there.
No, which as per our canon lore, just like Craigslist is an actual list on a tree that a gnome named Craig maintains, Etsy is actually an elven woman in this city who sells clothing.
P.S. Just so you know, I think I just said the art so you guys can see for reference.
Even better. So now you have all the art you need. All right, so you guys are heading to the apothecary?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys do that, and when you roll up on this bottle sign, you see under the bottle the name of the shop, the Sad Blossom Bottle.
I don't like it.
And you walk in to see a sea elf sitting behind the bar, and she is working with a potion. And as you walk in, she says, "Good day."
I walk in, half bow. Good evening, Master Maker. I am here to procure from you some potions.
Excellent. What do you need?
I know it might seem silly, but we need potions of water breathing.
She she doesn't look up from her work, but she looks up at you, right? Just to see, kind of glance at who you are, and she says, "I don't think that's silly. You're not sea elves."
I'm just, to you it might seem silly, I don't know.
Oh, we don't get a lot of tieflings or orcs here, but no, it makes sense. We have half elves travel here and there that they want to go explore, and they definitely need the potions.
That's me. Hello.
Oh, good. Then you should be well stocked. We will need 10 of them.
Well, not exactly. We don't stay stocked on underwater breathing potions because it's just a whole lot of work. Instead, what we've done is I've partnered with a wizard in town, and we just make underwater breathing necklaces.
That sounds lovely.
Even better.
I will only need 5 of them.
That is not a problem. I just need 250 gold.
Sure. I'll let you talk to my man, Rowan.
All right, man. All right, his purse, 250 gold.
All right. Well, first I need to inspect these necklaces, because this is a handsome purse for such.
Balls.
Yes.
Okay. And she kind of puts one on the counter for you and says, go right ahead.
I want to inspect it.
You may
As
inspect
if I know
it.
what I'm doing.
Roll, and you can choose whether you're doing investigation or an arcana check. How are you examining it?
BTW Arcane Torn Eyes are on.
Awesome.
I will do investigation because they're both poor. That is a 5.
How much are they for just one?
Just one would be 50 gold. Quick math,
Okay.
5, 250, but that's okay. Got you. Not enough.
I put my pouch on the table. Then I will take 4 more of these.
How much gold does Rowan have?
Enough.
Plenty.
How much gold does Rowan have?
Make up a high number, or it will
Rowan.
give you a fraction of that.
It is currently 160.
And so she picks up the bag and she says, it does feel a little light, friend.
Inspect it if you want.
She opens the bag and inspects the gold.
So you need 100.
Finds 160 pieces of gold? Like, I'm missing the trap.
How short are we? Sorry.
Just keep going.
What
How-
did she say?
There's still not enough for 5. If you want to buy 3, you can totally do that.
So it's 90?
Well, that's weird, because I definitely handed you 250 gold.
There's definitely not 250 gold in this pouch.
Now,
The
how
only
much
way
is
that it's not is if
missing,
you stole
ma'am?
it. Like, I don't want to be that, but I don't know if you're going to try to take advantage of out-of-towners, but there was definitely 250 gold in that pouch when I put it on the table.
And she sits it back down and she says, there's not 250 gold in that pouch, and there certainly wasn't when I picked it up.
There definitely was, and if I have to go get an authority to settle this matter, I will.
Please, go get an authority.
I will. I walk outside.
I await your return. Please take your pouch.
Oh, the pouch
No.
stays there. Eyes on the pouch.
No, I will watch it. In fact, if you could go get Atlas, if you could go get my good friend the Duke, and I take off my ring and I hand to you, tell him that I'm singing for him.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
All right.
While she is super distracted by these guys, can I pocket one?
There is one on the counter. You may do that. You can
This
go
is
ahead and
gonna
roll
be
a
bad.
sleight of hand.
Oh, God.
While she does that, can I talk to the lady?
Yes.
Now, how much is missing there, ma'am?
If they spend it all, they will need 90 more gold.
Well, I...
25.
Do not negotiate with a thief. It's never good business.
You don't know Avex. Get out.
I'm just saying it's... no, not you. I'm saying she's the thief, not you.
Okay, so you put she's like talking to Abix and Maria?
No, Mariah.
Mariah.
Not good.
Okay.
Warned everybody. Just an
It's
idiot.
okay. It's okay.
Mariah puts her white tiefling hand up on the necklace and kind of does a slide and slides the chain into the palm and kind of scoops it back. And like right as you're about to like pocket that bad boy, you hear her say, "What are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking at it. I'm sorry.
You
I
were
just
about
wanted...
to put that in your pocket."
I was not.
Place the necklace back down and please leave my shop.
She is a witness to the crime that you have committed, madam, and she will remain here until the authorities arrive.
So,
Understood.
Alex puts her elbow down on the table and her head in her hand. She's like, so it's 90 gold, right, ma'am?
90 gold would be the difference from the gold they put it, but I'm going to need her to exit my shop, please.
I can pay you for this.
Abix just kind of looks at her.
No one is paying her. She has already been paid, and she has taken the money wrongfully from my compatriot.
Avix is looking at Mariah and just kind of shoos her out. Just go. Just go. Go see that other fellow.
She can wait outside, but she is going to remain within the vicinity to give her testimony to the authorities.
Atlas, you come back with the Duke. And as like the doors open, the Duke goes, I don't see why you want me to come in.
Just a
Why
second.
am I here?
Go talk to Krista. He sent me for you, obviously.
Mr. Shendo, why have you called me here?
Duke, I speak on behalf of the entire Kingdom of Silence when I say that I am appalled. I am abhorred that you would send me, you would recommend to me an apothecary where they are thieves, where they are liars and they are cheats and swindlers.
And the Duke looks at the shopkeep, and he looks back at you, and he says, Kristoff, I mean, no offense, but I don't know her to be a thief, and you asked me where the apothecary was. I did not recommend her shop to clear my name of these dramatics, but I know no one in this town to be of a reputable character.
Well, there are two things that are possible. Either she is a thief or my dear friend is a liar. I have a pretty good idea of which one is true. I assure you of that. But what you're saying to me now is that I was misunderstood and you would in no way and under any circumstances associate your name and your family's name with this particular shop. You would not be willing to do that.
No, but I also wouldn't associate my name or my family or my house with yours either. And that is no offense, it is just smart politics. When you don't know something, you don't stamp approval upon it. And he's like getting huffy and puffy about this.
Oh, so Abix chimes in, "Nah, they're just being silly boys, just leave them alone." And Abix puts down 90 gold on the table.
I don't know what you want me to do with that.
To the lady where she's selling?
Yeah, the shopkeep says that.
Well, he's got the 160 and there's the 90 right there, so that should get us all 5 of those water-breathing necklaces, ma'am.
I don't think your math is quite correct. You're forgetting to introduce the 90 that she stole from my friend.
Well, I don't remember 90 being
there. Could you please go get the gods?
The gods are being hailed.
Is that what you're doing, Rowan?
Yes.
All right, you flag down 2 guards. They come in the shop. And you have 2 sea elf guards in armor that roll in. And they say, what are you talking about? What do you mean the shopkeep stole from you?
I mean, she stole from me. I put 250 gold on the table, and she tried to hand me 160 back, telling me I'm short.
And the shopkeep says, guards, that absolutely did not happen. And the guards look at all of you foreigners and say, do you have any proof that she stole it?
Yes. There's only 160 gold in that bag.
That's not exactly proof.
If you could just bear with me, I'm in the player's handbook right now.
What if, let me try to, in my limited knowledge of business and how things work, what if we were able to, seeing as we are using these necklaces for the Duke's purposes, to lend us the necklaces, and we will return them. You said yourself you don't get many customers, so it's not like it's going to be too much gold away from you. We would bring the necklaces back, and you could use them at another venture.
If I may,
sure.
I have done my research. So noble background, which I have, feature, position of privilege. Thanks to your noble birth, people are inclined to think the best of you. You are welcome in high society, and people assume you have the right to be wherever you are. The common folk and merchants make every effort to accommodate you and avoid your displeasure, and other people of high birth treat you as a member of the same social sphere. You can secure an audience with a local noble if you need to.
Yes. That is what the noble background does. You also accused...
I speak to the god with that in mind. And I say, this man is a loyal member of my retinue. I am Kristoff Shindo of the Kingdom of Silence, and he has been stolen from. He's been swindled and hoodwinked.
And the guards look at each other, look back at you, and then the shopkeep. And they say, well, if we can't figure this thing out, we'll just have to take you all in front of the constable and let him deal with it. Until then, I'll have to put everybody in hold. If no one can decide, listen, we don't like going against nobles, regardless of where they came from. But she's been here a long time, never caused any problems. First time I've seen you. Respect to your house, but common denominator says...
Well, my liege, let me... If I step out of line, let me know.
By all means, speak your piece. While he's speaking to the guards and the attention is off of me, I'm leaning into the shopkeep and I'm whispering in her ear, I can afford to wait for the constable all day. How much business can you afford to lose? And then I just stand back into
do me a favor, roll an intimidation check for me, please.
I tell many lies and no deception check whatsoever.
Intimidation is based on charisma, yes?
Yes.
20, unnatural.
Super good. She does not like anything that's going on. You kind of see her clam up, and she begins to kind of back up. She's still standing her ground, but not nearly as confrontational. And the Duke says, Is this over gold?
It's over the principle of stealing gold, but if you want to boil it down to its essence, no.
So it's not over gold.
It's about the principle.
It's about the...
Okay, well, listen, I can solve this problem. I will buy the necklaces for you boys, so you can use them. We'll just take them out of the ward when you find Willow. Or we can get to the bottom of this.
Completely unacceptable to me. I want to see this woman in chains. She is stolen from a member of a royal retinue, from a foreign diplomatic power, here on a mission to assist your kingdom and assure the safe return of one of your most dear and precious nobles. And she had the audacity to steal blindly and blatantly in front of everyone.
And the Duke says, Sir Shindo, may I speak with you outside, please? In a very level voice.
That would be fun.
And so you and him walk out, and he says to you, listen, Mr. Shindo, Sir Shindo, I honestly don't know what titles you prefer in your kingdom. And I don't know how you do it there. But I find it very disrespectful that you would come into my country, whether this is my town or not, because it is not. This is not land of the House of Farendale, but Wamkadi is part of Cathar all the same. And I find your attitude and... you are a new family to the throne, if you will, and to act the way you are. Is that how you want the Shindo name to be spread? That you throw your weight around everywhere you go? This town has been peaceful the entire time I've been here.
Peaceful? You call this peaceful? When the very shopkeepers themselves steal from anyone who's not a, pardon my language, sea elf.
Well, you make a valid point there. We don't exactly have a lot of non-sea elves, or elves in general, really. But, I mean...
The first one who walks into a shop, she thinks it's okay to just steal from us, like we're not even real people. I assure you, sir, we are a new house upon the throne of silence. But that doesn't make me not a noble. That doesn't make me a common man who can be stolen from. When you steal from a member of my retinue, you steal from me. You steal from the royal coffers. Where do you think he gets his money?
And he leans in and he says, I'm going to solve this problem. And it's not your new royalty that I find a distaste for. It is your childish nature. It's nobles like you that are the reason I'm chasing down a small girl. But I'll deal with this. And he like looks at you. I always say. And he walks back inside. And boys, you guys hear, grab the girl. We'll deal with this at the constable's office. Everyone out.
I turn to the elvish woman who maintains the shop. Now, I will give you one last chance. Speak the truth that you stole from my friend, and you can keep the money that you took, and you can keep the money on the counter, and you can give us our wares if you just admit what you've done, and we will be on our way.
And she looks at you and says, even if I did steal your 90 gold, which I did not, I'm not going to be intimidated by someone like you.
She literally failed her intimidation roll, my dog. She
literally has to go by her fucking qualities. Like, I mean, she'd rather go to jail than lie about it. Like,
I appreciate that.
She can still be intimidated and still talk shit. Like,
can I interrupt and like push the boys out the shop? Do I have to roll for that? Can I like push them out?
No, I mean, like, they can resist if they want, and they can roll against you.
I'm pushing them out the shop. That's what I'm doing.
I will help her.
So everybody like gets pulled out of the shop. Duke and guards have the shopkeep in between them and are walking her like down. Like, she locks the shop and everything, and then like they are walking her to the constable's office.
Okay, so we're all out the shop now.
Correct. Shop is super locked. They are walking out, and the Duke is standing there watching them go and kind of looking at you guys.
Now that was just dumb, fellas. Why couldn't you just put that 160 or whatever was in that pouch and let me pay the other 90? I was willing to put in that other 60 gold. That was just rude.
I'm with her on this one, boys. Y'all, that was dumb.
I mean, we would have had 5 of those underwater necklaces right there. We would have been able to like just swim down. Now we just gotta like hold our breath and swim under some place we don't even know. But we're gonna go do it. I mean, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go save that girl right there.
We can
Now
just
you're
get
just
some
dumb
buckets.
motherfuckers.
If I was level 6, I could breathe underwater, but I just don't think I am yet.
It's okay. Plan B is we just get buckets and we carry
Put 'em
air
on.
with us.
That's brilliant. Why didn't we think of that earlier?
That's true. That would have been solved the first problem. Where do you get
We have
buckets?
some woman going to be jailed for presumably no
We
reason.
go and we
Alright.
get the bucket seller jail.
Let's go break her
Can
out of
I?
jail.
How far underwater are we trying to swim?
It's a kiddie pool. They live inside of a kiddie pool.
I mean, like, it's gonna be like, I mean, you don't know, but it's water and it's a whole like thing under there, so it's probably not just like 60 feet. Otherwise, you'd probably see the city or whatever from like where you're standing above.
Oh, I got Christoph. Use your create and destroy water and get rid of the entire ocean to which the city is.
I would destroy the ocean.
Yep, just 5 cubic meters at a time. Got it.
This is my moment.
I'm
There's be a
gonna,
pile of salt left.
I'm gonna like nudge Mariah and be like, I think we made a dumb choice.
Yep. Can she pickpocket?
Actually, I tried and I got
I
caught.
picked a lot.
But I kind of like these guys. Didn't realize Silence had such a strong family now.
Neither did I, but damn, these shindos just seem like shitheads.
I like a cut of your jib.
Mark,
And the Duke says, because he's still standing there, he says, why don't you just go see the wizard and have him either make you some or cast a spell on you?
That's it. We'll off to see the wizard.
Off to see the wizard. Can we go down the
It's easy
yellow
to get
brick
there.
road,
Just follow the
please?
gold. Yes, follow the golden brick road. It's the part that's sinking from the town.
Yes.
Because they used bricks to build it.
Let's go.
Alright.
I'm gonna hang back and talk to the Duke real quick.
Okay, does everybody else want to go talk to the wizard? And
I'll
yes.
catch up.
I'm walking out in front. I'm mad.
okay. Alright, so you guys head towards the wizard, essentially, and you just kind of make your way. Fuck me! Towards the wizard's shop.
Actually,
Yep.
you're about to say, yeah, this is not making our way downtown. This is off to see the wizard. Come on,
Yeah.
Dwayne.
It's both.
Do I know
You
my
missed the
wizard?
wizard joke when you walked away for a second, and you have a moment alone with the Duke.
Yeah. I want to thank you for not arresting any of us.
Well,
I
if we're,
apologize.
if
for
we're
my
being
party.
honest, if he wasn't royalty, I would have had you all in chains. But I'm not exactly in the position to offend a noble house too badly.
Then you would have offended too.
And he looks at you and says, listen, I don't mean to be rude, but it has been a long day, and your group has already made quite a lot of trouble. But listen, if you're not from Kathar, I'm not really super concerned about whether I offend your noble family or not. I can't imagine it's someone I'm worried about. And I know that comes off as nobly and rude, but I'm just so very tired.
Okay, that's fine. But I am from Kathar, so... And I turn and start walking away.
Okay.
You s-
Alright. He looks super confused by that. But
Isn't
he
that the
lets you go.
Hold on, isn't that the continent we're on? Kathar?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Wanted to make sure I was reading that right.
It is. Okay, you guys are off to see the wizard, and you roll up on this like open shack kind of thing. So it's a bridgeway, a floating bridgeway to this circle that's floating, and it's like a very open environment. So there's like shelves with potions, and there's just this like older elf with a cane, like leaned over a workbench. And as you guys approach, she says, welcome.
We need you to make us breathe underwater.
That would be very nice. We would be ever so thankful.
Whatever the most expedient way for that to happen is, we'd love to make that happen.
Nice to meet you too.
There is a girl's
But
life
I
in
see
danger.
you're
I'm
all
sorry.
about business. No, that's fine. All about business.
Well,
I understand. That's fine. I can cast a spell on you. It will not last forever, but 10 gold a person, I can cast a spell on you. It will last for several hours.
I
pull
hand
out
him
a
a
bag of
bag with
160
20 gold.
No. No. You know what? I'll cover this one, boys. Here's 50 gold.
He opens the bag, inspects it, determines there's 50 gold, and says,
Bippity-bop.
all right, This shouldn't hurt at all.
Should it?
I hand Atlas 10 gold.
Yes, shouldn't hurt at all. And he kind of mumbles, and who speaks Elvish?
I do.
I think I do as well. Hold on.
Okay, those of you who speak Elvish here. Okay, this time it's not going to go terribly wrong. And he casts a spell across you guys, and everything feels fine.
Good.
Is there a bucket of water nearby?
No, but there's a whole ocean you could dunk your head in, but the fucking city floats on water!
For the story purposes.
Does the spell hurt?
Yeah, he's got a bucket nearby.
I put my head in it immediately. For longer than I think I should. Am I okay?
You put your head in an empty bucket, yes. No, yeah,
And
sure,
inhale.
you put your head in a bucket
Oh,
of
wait,
water.
no, he's got empty buckets. We can use this to carry oxygen into the ocean with us. We don't even need
I
this
want
stuff.
my money
Yeah,
back.
that's true.
Take your stuff.
I'll just take your life force in return to get my magic back. No. He watches as you dunk your head in a bucket. He looks at the only elf in the group and says,
He's very strong.
fair. Would you like any other magics cast upon you?
If I only had a brain, I don't know if you could make that work.
Yeah, can I?
That's a topical.
Aspect of the owl.
I want a heart.
What other magics can you cast?
I can cast several protection spells, or spells that might aid you in general, whether you want to be faster or stronger, or so many options.
Do you have a protection from piercing spell?
Well, it depends. Like piercing of the words or piercing of the steel.
Pointy things in my flesh piercing.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
How much does that cost?
That would be... depends on how long you want it, really.
8 hours.
8 hours. That's 30 gold.
You can settle up with my man here.
I hand him a pouch with 10 gold.
That is not enough, sir.
Abix,
Yes, Mariah.
I think we should go. You're right, these guys are kind of idiots.
So Abix kind of pushes the boys towards the side.
Fair enough. Maybe next time I'll get that magic. Goodbye.
I want my 10 gold back.
He magic hands to you.
Thank you.
Now,
Well, that's
y'all
nice.
fellas just need to stop being silly. We got a mission to go on.
That's right.
Why
There's
are
a.
you so weird about gold? You got gold, you spend it, and then you go.
First of all, I resemble two remarks. One, we're not idiots. Two, we're not silly. We are lawful stupid.
Cut to Atlas and I playing patty cake all wrong.
Just slapping each
Now,
other
when y'all
mindlessly in
can
the
prove
face.
y'all are lawful stupid, I will believe it. Until then, I would like to save this Willow Fair Rundale.
Okay, it'll make sense at the end of the adventure, but we'll get there.
What, if it makes sense then, maybe I'll sober up.
Fair enough. Let's, I guess, find the nearest
I am
place to
sad
jump
that
in.
I am sober.
Do,
I am very envious of Abix right now, or Abix right now.
And
just,
actually, Abix like pulls up the jug from her quarterstaff. Any y'all want to taste?
Yes.
I would love some.
Abix pops open the cork, like, go ahead. It's my special month, Bruce. Sirs.
I drink heartily from it.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
I would love to.
I take a gentleman's sip.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. With advantage.
As a DM, you can decide whatever is going on with that.
No, I got this. Don't you worry.
Natural
Awesome.
20.
I got this, fam. You are super buzzed. But you've got some experience with this, Rowan, so you're okay. Like, now you've never had this type. Like, this is totally new to you. Out of all the drinks you've ever drank, never had it before.
This is strong.
Yes, my temple's
19.
best stuff.
You are super buzzed.
Nice.
While they're drinking, I want to run back to the wizard real quick, not a whole lot of interaction, and buy a waterproof bag from him.
A waterproof
Something
bag?
waterproof.
Like
Just something small. Waterproof.
sure,
Put a small item in.
he gives you he sells you a waterproof bag for 30 gold.
Sweet. I run back and I say, Christoph,
You're a fucking gentleman in a goddamn
I know
skull,
that
a goddamn card.
put your card in this. I did not want you to mess that up.
Thank you.
I look at
dear
Mariah.
friend, dear true and noble friend who I love. And I put the card in the bag, and I put it in my vest.
Okay. So I look at Mariah. Like, you can either have this now if you'd like, or you can wait till after our deal.
Oh, why not? I take a drink.
Roll a Constitution
She
saving
chugs the whole
throw.
bottle. And even if it's a good roll, she's still drunk because that's where she wants to be mentally with us.
It's a good call.
12.
You are pretty much drunk. Not super drunk, but you're...
You are
kinda
exactly
drunk.
pretty much drunk.
You, no, that's great. You now have advantage on persuasion. You have disadvantage on athletics and acrobatics. And all damage you take is reduced by 1.
Avix pats Kristoff and Mariah on the back. Like, alright, let's get to it, friends.
Let's go. We're just...
Great, you guys head towards the docks because you know that that's how you get underwater. You can just go towards the docks. So, when you walk to the edge of town, which is on the north, you look out and you can see this this bridge, this water-top bridge. You see it just goes, it's a huge bridge too. It's not just for like people to walk on. You can see it's really wide. And you can see way in the distance is their docks, and you can see ships out there at the dock. It's a couple miles out. And you see people going back and forth in carts and stuff like that. But you guys know that you can just jump off the edge and start swimming down.
Do that.
Do that as well.
All right, perfect.
I say, ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball! And jump in.
I'd also like to have a running start and do a sweet flip off the dock.
Okay, yeah, so I
Kristoff
think...
gingerly lowers himself into the water, first a toe, then a foot.
I push him in.
Okay, I get pushed in.
Kristoff gets in like the noble and high maintenance person he is until he's pushed, which she then just follows. I think Rowan just like gets in because he's like, water is water. Welcome to the pirate life.
Just like a dive.
And then-
nothing fancy, just a... doop.
Then we have a sweet acrobatics move followed by Atlas doing a cannonball. Just big finish. You guys get under this water and it's clear and it's cold and it's blue. And in the distance you can see this like cove. Like it's kind of like a cave opening. And Obix, you know that is the entrance to Sandalwood Cove.
Oh, sweet. Can I talk underwater? Is that a thing I can do?
No, but you can use hands
All right.
for gestures.
Then I'm pointing to the place we're supposed to go.
Awesome. Do the boys follow?
I nod audibly. Yes.
I nod and then I signal to Mariah in Thieves' Camp. Let's press forward.
I sign back.
Hey.
All right, so you guys swim to this cove, and as you get into the depths, you start seeing mer people as you get into the entrance of this cove, and these mer people are like, they're humanoid, and they have like fins on their arms and legs, like fin blades. They still have normal feet and stuff like that, and you can see they have gills. And they are eyeing you all quite suspiciously as you guys press forward. And you guys, Rowan waves excitedly, Tiefling waves excitedly.
Abix is just having a lot of fun as they're swimming about. If she could,
So you guys sweet. Go ahead.
if she could swim circles, she would be doing it. Right.
I think she spins around in a circle, right? When you see someone just like do
Like that
flips
aerial
or,
thing
like,
from the Little Mermaid
barrel rolls or whatever.
during part of your world.
Sure.
Yes, exactly right.
Sounds good. I like
Also that.
it.
And so you guys swim under this cove, and you look up and you see there's just like there's a surface, and so you break the surface, and there's like this beach kind of inside a cavern, and you see some sea elves up on the beach cavern in like some light leather armor. It's got like fish scales and stuff on it. And I assume you guys go on shore?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the two of the sea elves stop you and say, excuse us, what business do you have in Lorenthos?
Did you say sea elves or merfolk?
Sea elves?
I'm confused.
We're here looking for Willow.
Are you?
Yes, we were sent by the Duke.
Interesting. Well, I have the Duke of
Earl.
Duke.
We don't know him.
He was the Duke of Hazard.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what we do with strangers, boys. Let's eat them.
Well, no, thank you, sir. We're not edible.
Well,
Speak for
anything's
yourself.
edible if you try hard enough.
Fair.
Abix, do you remember the Duke's name? Because I was not paying attention when he told me.
Duke Aslo?
And he speaks on the behalf of what house? I'm not exactly...
House Farenthal.
Fairundale. You silly goose.
Farendale.
Both seem wrong, but closer to the truth. Awesome. Let's get you an audience with the queen.
Well, fancy that.
Excellent. And you see him like snap, and you watch as from behind you, where there were like some merfolk, they swim up to the surface, and you all notice, because it's hard to miss when a bunch of things swim towards you, as they climb up onto land, they transform through magical means into sea elves. And they're all like wearing tridents, or not wearing tridents, wielding tridents. And those two, the guard that was talking to said, they will see you down.
Fair.
Okay.
Cool.
So now a dozen guards walk you over this like sand like barge hump thing in this cavern into a dip into the water again. And as they dip in and lead you guys down, they turn back into these blue scaly merfolk. And you guys swim through this cavern, and when you guys submerge on the other side, you see this beautiful city. Partly beautiful because it's covered in natural like coral and seaweed. Partly beautiful just from like how clean like it feels and looks with all the water and the white sand making up the floor. And these merfolk lead you down and through this city. And when you're swimming through here, you notice like when you go through this like residential area, essentially, all these merfolk are eyeing the shit out of you guys.
I wave.
More friendly waves.
When Atlas, when they see you wave, like people start ducking and hiding. And yep. And you guys come into this like open Colosseum type area. Colosseum is a huge word for it, but it's like got pillars and it's an open area. And as you come in, Kristoff, especially you, realize this is like a courtroom style area, right? Like there are like these like pillar things, poles essentially, that then like swirl at the top. And at first you have no idea what they're for until you see some of the merfolk guards like kind of perch up on those and use them as seats. And on the other end you see several more guards, but in like this like hardened coral armor, holding tridents, like smaller tridents, and then shields in their opposite hands. And at the top is a like a royally fit merfolk woman, and she's got like a crown that's that's coral-esque with gems. And they motion you guys forward. And you guys hear, "What are you doing here?" And at first, like, it doesn't register what's happening. Like, it just sounds like it until you notice, like, you're hearing that in your mind.
Abix is kind of spooked, but she kind of bows, like, in that monk style.
I imagine that's interesting because you can't stand.
Oh, I can't. Oh, okay.
Right, you're underwater still.
Underwater still.
I feel like Kristoff instinctively does like a full sweeping hand, scrapes the floor bow, but also is underwater, and so he does like a flip.
A flip, yeah.
They both try to bow.
And thinks back, Your Highness, we come as envoys, wishing to have the safe return of the local noble who has gone missing.
Excellent. So then they have secured our seat?
Not yet.
Oh. What did you say your name was, Tiefling?
I am Kristoff Shinno of the House Shinno of Silence.
And she is Mariah, and I am Abix.
Sorry, what are you guys?
Sorry, I was pointing out all the tieflings.
Oh, okay, you're pointing at the tieflings. Gotcha.
She's strong, what do you think?
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure I'm leveling. And so the queen says, Sir Shindo, that does not bode well that you came empty-handed, though I do respect what your family has done.
Yes, I thank you for that. We have been offered one royal favor for the return of the... I don't know what her title is.
Princess.
Of the princess. We intend fully to use that favor to grant you your seat on the council.
Roll me a persuasion.
I'm really good at them, Dwayne.
Well, I know Avix is totally not into whatever that favor is.
24.
I'm gonna roll against that, but I think you're gonna be fine. Ugh, one of my high rolls. She looks at you and she says, Sir Shindo.
Prince.
Thank you. Prince Shindo, how can I be sure that you would indeed deliver?
I offer you what I can offer you, which is my life.
And she says, how serious are you about that, Sir Shindo?
Serious enough that when you send the princess with my retinue back to the world upon the surface, the floating city, I shall remain here with you.
That is serious indeed, sir. Well, it's hard to argue with that. Well, if you're willing to stay here, then you can be with us until we're granted that seat.
I turn to Rowan. Glub, glub. Glub, 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 glub. We can't speak underwater and we don't have mental abilities.
I mean, you can speak to each other with your mind, but it's like speaking out loud. Like, in your like, because they can hear everything you're saying.
Can I mind whisper?
You know what? For fucking lore and fun, roll me that Arcana check, bro.
Okay.
Can I
13.
Go ahead.
Can I thieves can't signal to him what he wants?
Yeah, I can yeah, okay.
Yeah,
tell Rowan that he has about 7 hours to make this happen, because then I can't breathe underwater and I will die.
Okay.
He gives you an okay. And how did Kristoff die?
No.
No.
Okay.
I love the idea that Kristoff's like making all these things, and Rowan looks back at him and just goes, all right, I got you. I got you. You get to the surface, what did he want? No fucking clue.
Everything's gonna be okay. He's got this down there. Let's go home.
Okay. So she pulls the Shindo, she like motions to the guards, and they come out with Willow, and they in turn pull Kristoff into their custody. I assume you go willingly. And the queen says, I do hope for your sake this goes the way you want it to, Kristoff, because I'm a huge fan of what your family did. They didn't have what they wanted, so they took it. Love that.
I can see by your actions that you can relate.
We just chose a less messy version.
I can imagine that blood doesn't do well in this environment. Clouds.
It's not great, honestly.
I do have a question. How are you gonna be assured that you have the seat? Do you need to send someone with us?
Oh, no, you need to come back with our signet.
With your signet?
Sorry, you're a foreigner. And part of Kristoff's retinue? She looks at you questioningly.
Yes.
If you're on the council, you have a signet. It is your mark, so to speak.
I will be back with that signet for you.
Okay, for the sake of time, you guys leave, go back to the Duke, I assume.
You get the princess.
Yeah,
Yes.
you get the princess. Yeah, she's there. And you go back to the Duke, and now you walk...
Whoa, the princess has anything to say? She's like, thank you for saving my life.
I'm sorry, you guys spent fucking 30 minutes fighting with the shopkeep, and I'm trying to keep us on track.
I'm just saying, I'm a pretty big limb that I'm out
saying-
on here. It'd be nice if she was like, thank you for saving me.
She
Princess
thanks
is another
everyone
cove. Fuck.
and says, thank you so much. Yeah, the princess was another cove. You've done it wrong. You're now our slave.
Well,
These are the rules. Yeah, I mean, she obviously thanks everyone and is very appreciative.
well, I was gonna say that Abix would have stayed down to be a bodyguard for Kristoff.
Super declined.
Super declined. Okay, then she went.
They are not big on you leaving a military force.
Okay.
Like, they do not see him as a combatant. They see him as a prince.
That was the first mistake.
I'll turn this whole place to ice.
Freeze the ocean.
So
I turned the entire ocean into ice.
So we go to the Duke.
that's true, and now it's the north. Yeah, so you guys go to the Duke, and when Willow, like, as soon as you guys hit the surface, she is like, "Thank you so much for saving me." But how are you going to get your friend back?
Well,
Through
you're
perseverance.
going to have to help us.
I'm getting mixed signals. Perseverance, I have to help you, I'm not sure.
It's really simple. They're offering a reward for bringing you in. I'm just gonna ask for a seat for myself, and then when I get that signet, I'm gonna fucking swim down here and give it to them, and then we'll get our friend back. As simple as that.
Oh, right. We have 7 hours to do this.
Easy.
Love this.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So you guys go into the tavern, and Willow returns, and the Duke runs up and embraces her, and she's obviously soaking wet, and he pulls back and says, Willow, I'm so glad you're safe. But please, at your first convenience, clean yourself up. And she just like has this face like, it's good to see you too, Duke. These nice men saved me.
We did.
I am a lady.
We're both ladies here.
This nice group saved me. I've had a long week.
So as per our payment, Duke, Kristoff is heading back to Silence. The rest of the retinue is going to follow, but I'm to stay here and ask for a seat to ensure that elves run this town.
Ooh, persuasion check.
That's pretty
Only
good.
reason you're getting to roll is for rolling the race card.
And persuasion
Wrath.
is a 21.
Ooh.
And he looks at you and says, I can't promise. I can't promise that your seat will be. I can't promise my king will agree with it. Though he has given me his proxy, if you stay on as the council, we should have no problems, and I will give you a signet. Everything will be fine.
That is all.
I admit I am elf to elf. The king has final say, but I don't see why he would have a problem, especially with his daughter being
Do we
sick.
have an ETA? I would like to report to him.
Oh, I can give you a temporary signet now, and obviously when the next council meeting is, and the envoy, you send your envoy, or if you want to attend yourself, maybe you're a hands-on kind of elf, then you would get your permanent signet that would be more accustomed to whatever house you choose.
Excellent.
Whatever the Rowan house is.
That sounds just fine. Hopefully this will broker a nice treaty between here and Silence.
I do wonder, how... Two questions, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. How did you get Willow, and where is the prince?
Well, as I said, the prince is on his way back. And how we got the princess, and I unsheath my pistol, is not a matter for nobles.
When you do that, the entire tavern hits the deck.
Abix kind of like
Everyone. Willow, Abix, and Maria. Fuck. Mariah. I'm just gonna do every version of Maria
Alex
I
and
know.
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah. You guys understand that you should hit the deck. Whether you choose to in your drunken states or not, your character choice.
I trust him. I'm not hitting the deck.
Okay.
I'd be more like try to like shoo that away. Like, what are you doing, you crazy
sheathe it again
person?
really quick.
Put it away.
The Duke like gets back up and like pulls Willow up and says, I get it. I understand. But here, and hands you a signet and says, I assume we're done here.
But I will be back for the meeting.
Excellent. We will have extra
It sounds
guards.
great. And then I head straight for the fucking ocean.
You guys do that. And
We're all following.
I'll follow it in tow,
And-
but Abix is doing that weird like walk where it's like, I'm wet, I hate everything, like trying to shake it off her tail and her legs and like a cat.
I'm
So-
wringing out my hair as we go, so.
you guys and gals, whole group, swim back down and under the cavern, and obviously this guard set sees you guys. Christoph, what do you want to do for the couple hours while they're gone dealing with that?
100% am playing chess on a coral chessboard with the queen.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, and we're gonna roll 1d100s to see who wins.
Okay.
You might win this.
I don't know. It's D100, a lot of variables.
There's just 2.
93.
Really? I shit
really.
you not. I rolled a 39. Like, backwards. That's
Flip
fucking
flopped.
hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was like, oh, you're gonna win. This is high 30s. Yeah, you cream her.
I want to be very clear. I don't cream her. Like, I win and I'm in control the whole time, but like, I don't like rub it in her face.
No, that's fine.
I'm so
Yeah, you do you. I'm just saying, like, there is no contest. And she is, like, planning each move. And I think by the time you guys are finishing your game, because I think you're polite, you don't, like, rush it. And she's like, well, you're quite the opponent.
It's one of 3 things that I'm good at. Don't tell anyone.
What are the other 2?
But I could show you one of them, but it wouldn't be proper.
It would not.
I could show you one, but it wouldn't be proper.
Once was enough. Seconds an insult, sir.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said it's with thoughts.
Oh, no. I said it would not. You said it would not be proper. And
Oh,
she
I thought you
says
said
it would
I thought
not.
you were like clarifying it was with thought speech.
Oh, yeah,
My bad,
definitely
my bad,
thoughts.
my
Yeah.
It would not. I just go. Fair enough.
Okay. And I think as you guys are ending, is there anything else
The
you
other one
want
is
to
I
do?
can smell time travel.
Oh, that's interesting. Can you smell it now?
Sorry.
Loads of water in your nose. Unpleasant experience.
Burning. Not great.
Is there anything else you want to do before they roll up?
That's pretty much it.
All right, cool.
That was my harrowing adventure. Is I hung out underwater and played coral chess.
Yeah. And so the group is escorted back in, and there's lots of guards around, and the queen says, I see you don't have your prize, but where is
I
mine?
produce a signet.
And she smiles so wide, and a guard like approaches you and puts out his
Place it there
hand,
gingerly.
and he takes it to the queen, who looks at it and says, temporary, but it will do. I suppose, Prince, this concludes our business. I do appreciate the Shindos coming to our rescue.
It is my distinct pleasure, but it unfortunately does not conclude our business.
I believe it does, sir.
You misunderstand me. I don't want anything additional from you, but I do want to ensure that you are given the adequate representation that you deserve at this council meeting. And so, if it would please you, Your Highness, I would attend as your guest.
And she smiles and says, Prince, when your family took over the throne and secured their position, I don't believe they did it by proxy or holding the hand of another family, while what you offer is honorable and more than my kind and my kingdom can say. We must do this alone. If anyone is to respect us, we must do this alone.
I understand, Your Highness, and I wish you luck instead.
Thank you. And you guys exit, and you start to like feel loosey-goosey a little bit. And you've had this feeling the last two times you guys knew that you had like done whatever Wynn like wanted you to do. And so I think you guys kind of like know. And I assume you go back to the surface and you either like find a spot in town or maybe the beach. Like you guys choose you. Just to like
Beach, avoid town.
say your final parting.
Let me know when we're fading.
I mean, so you guys go to the beach, kind of where you came in as a like an Obix and company, because I'm not gonna fuck that name up another time. Mariah.
It's not a complicated
We
name.
thank our patrons for
But
playing
apparently
along.
it's-
We will always butcher your name.
Yeah, confirmed. There's a reason I'm real good with text. No, I typo that shit all the time. You guys, I assume, follow the boys as they walk out of town?
Yeah.
All right, great. So you guys are on the beach, and almost like, this is where we came in, this is where we go out kind of thing. Like, that's how it works. What do you guys say as you're waiting?
I slip off my signet ring and give them also one of these orange things that come from my country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give each of them one?
What
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
not-
I squeeze it. What is it?
It's not.
It's called a Kunlos. It comes from a small mountain town east from here.
Do you eat it?
Yes.
I eat it.
I wait for Rowan to eat it.
And now I'm po.
Rowan, roll a 1d100.
Okay.
You take
It's a
that
91. I
much
hope
damage.
it's not that much damage.
Hey, Rowan, when you eat this, the world vanishes around you, and Wynn is standing in front of you. And he's like in the life-size version, like the size where he's just a little bit bigger than you, and he says, "The fruit."
Should I not have eaten the fruit? Was the fruit for a later thing?
No, it's fine. I never see it coming with you.
I don't know.
No,
This is how you die? Is this the story we're getting told right now?
Wait, am I in a vision in
Listen.
a vision? Is this like Visionception? Oh.
kind of. Listen, those fruit, they're like fruit of the god, Rowan. They literally will give you celestial gifts. And you kind of ate god juice, Rowan.
Sweet. It's a little tart, but
Well, kind of. Also, really disrespectful.
well, I didn't know they handed me. I thought it would be rude to not eat the fruit that they gave me.
Oh, yeah, we don't like that the people are doing what they're doing with them.
Oh, what are they doing with them? Oh,
They're eating
you want me
them.
to tell them to stop?
Well, you can, but what's gonna happen to them probably isn't
Wait,
gonna
how far
change.
back are we?
Well, spoilers,
It
Rowan.
can't be spoiled if I'm already
Spoilers.
back in time. Like, I'm already past this
Spoilers.
time. And I don't want to read a fucking book about it.
Fair, but it's
Oh.
bad. I'm just saying, you boys shouldn't eat
So
them.
don't eat them. It's super disrespectful.
Well, right.
But what?
Well, I mean, granted, it is god juice, so can go kind of. It's kind of like
Are you just telling me
steroids
to
for
not do this
gods.
with like a sly wink so that I'd totally tell them that it's fine and we use it in time of trouble?
And he like looks around, and he like leans forward, and you hear the wink, but he doesn't actually wink.
Does he audibly say,
And he's
wink?
yeah, you hear the. Ding.
Okay.
No, you just hear it. Like he's like the storytelling like shit. So you hear an audible wink, but he never winks. And he leans back and goes, "So like I said, don't go around eating those. Quite disrespectful to the gods. Sinlor would not be happy. Oh, would Sinlor not be happy about that?"
When
and he
you
like
know
looks
me
at
and rules,
you.
and I would never do such a thing. But I do say, wink.
And he
And
says,
I humbly apologize for eating this fucking delicious god juice fruit.
you hear him say, "All kidding aside, please be careful." And do me a favor, Rowan, and I'm gonna need you to roll me 2d10.
7 and a 0.
Mm-hmm. Increase your maximum HP by 17.
That's good news for me.
And you're back on the beach.
As soon as he starts saying "don't," I eat the fruit.
You eat the fruit. Please roll a 1d100.
Sinlord poops in your face.
It is a 47.
You have you still have Alaria, right?
Oh, of course.
You go to the black world where it's just you standing in the black, and you hear a voice, and it says, "Who do you think you are, eating our fruit?"
Hilaria, you sound very different.
And you hear Alaria say, "That's not me, Atlas."
Who is it?
It's Ryle the Shade, dog.
What he said.
Who's
No, it's. And she says, "I don't know, Atlas."
Can I help you, voice in the darkness?
And this like puddle comes up before you, and it's like inky and drippy, and he says, he looks over you, and he says, "Oh, my mistake. Listen, Orc. Those fruit, those are not for your kind."
I'm still actively cheering this as I'm listening. Oh. Go on.
But I see you've made your decision. Do me a favor, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Gosh. Okay. Oof.
I'm like, oof.
It's a big old fat
Alice's new
7.
Excellent. Roll me a 1d100, please.
Great. I don't know what this is for. I don't like it. 77. Oh, sevens.
Oh, let's see what that does.
That's a jackpot. He rolled a 7 and then a 77. That's 777. That's a jackpot. Final Fantasy rules.
Yeah,
he just
dude,
deals
immediately
7,777 damage every time. No.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's
Lucky's
exactly
out.
what's gonna happen.
You take 7,777 damage.
Again.
Okay, cool beans. You good? And
Okay.
the inky figure looks back at you and says, well, this is going to be interesting. And you reappear with the boys.
So I've got
Don't
the fruit in
eat
my
the
hand.
fruit.
As soon as he says don't.
I just look at it, sniff it 3 times, and I put it in my vest pocket.
So, Alice, did you eat yours?
Still actively, like juices rolling down. This is delicious.
It's a little sour.
Can we have 2 more?
And also ask, where
Can
you...
I?
You
don't.
do not have 2 more.
Where did you acquire these?
You have 3,
Okay.
1 for each boy.
You can always find some.
Where? I pull out a pen and paper.
All right.
Well, that would be very...
They're in Anataroan.
Oh, it's got Rowan in the name. I like it that.
Anatut Rowan is the name of the place?
Did you say Nantucket, Rowan?
And so I think you're trying to say
Antirian, sorry.
Antirian.
I don't say words right either, so it's okay.
Me either. No, that's good. You're good. No judgment. I haven't been able to say your character name right all
Rowan.
session.
It's like some sign from the gods or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, thank you for this delicious fruit.
Before you go, what did you say?
What do you mean?
Oh.
I saw a dog puddle tell me not to eat this fruit. I don't know if you've seen that same thing before. Didn't seem very good. He kept going, after he asked me questions.
Oh.
I saw nothing of importance. Why? Are you supposed to see something? Did I get a bad one? You sure you don't have another one?
No, I only had the 3.
Is this a bad
Did you have a bad
batch?
trip?
I'm tripping out, man. Anyways, so what happens usually is we enter into these worlds and we complete some mission. Typically because we're sitting here by Win. Notice the instrumental Rowan's back here. But
This is Ludwig. I talk to him all the time.
And we're about to
Well,
leave,
that's a
and so
little weird.
we hope to see you in the future. But I just don't know if our paths will cross again.
Okay, I think the fruit got to your head.
He's the honest one.
Maybe they did.
Well, if you're ever
I will miss your
in my
company.
town, look me up. House Belladonna.
Gotcha.
I don't know what we do now to wait for the thing, so it's kind of an awkward. Now we're just standing here waiting.
If you could just
Well, now
write
I
that
believe it's
down,
my
like
turn,
in
right?
your family's historical ledger, that like we're cool, and if we ever show up,
I'll make sure.
that would be cool.
No,
Though
I'm
I only
General
got
Atlas.
one of your names.
I'm General Atlas of the Raphaelia clan.
I'm Rowan, the bard.
Okay. I know who
I
you
am
are,
Christoph
Prince.
Schindler. Thank you.
Is it? Go ahead.
So, Abix is kind of like, I'm not sure what exactly just happened, but that's kind of weird and wonderful all in the same time. And she says, you fellas are quite interesting, and I hope to hear your stories as I travel along and doing what I do. You definitely help me out for what I plan to do. And she gives each of them a hug.
I don't know what we did, but thank you. You helped us.
Am I transported once
I
again to the
feel
gods?
bad. Like I
anything.
came to a party and didn't bring anything, and it's your birthday, and like I got to eat your cake.
Well, birthdays are just a weird thing, but they happen. And, I mean, years go by and things happen.
That's true.
But her last hug kind of ends off on Kristoff. she's kind of like, "You're a weird fella. I've never seen a tiefling like you with all that scale stuff going on. But you're a good prince, and you brought me some luck. Here's this thing." And she kind of hands him one of her bracelets.
Oh, thank you. There are no other tieflings like me, so that explains a lot. And thank you very much. And I'm sorry we couldn't be more help. Here, and I take off my signet ring, and I hand it to Obix, and I say, "You can keep this afterwards, but first, if you could use this to get the shopkeeper released from jail."
I can do
I feel
that.
bad about that now.
I can do that, no problem. I'm pretty sure
Thank
me
you
and
very
this
much.
town will be big old friends after when we're down here.
Yeah, for what it's
I
worth,
believe it.
I lied about the gold.
Wow,
we all
you
know that.
weirdo! I was trying to
as
be
you,
nice to that lady. Goodness.
As you say that, you guys kind of start to fade, and Kristoff, when you return, two things happen. Thing one, you kind of remember Wumkadi. You remember that it's not a city anymore, and it has been not a city for a very long time, and that now it is just ruins of what the city used to be, and elves go and pay homage to it in Cathar. And the second thing you remember is it's kind of like this. Do me a favor and roll a d20 wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh golly. It's a good start. Let's look at the haggle of the modifier. Okay, yeah, that's -1. That'll be a 2, my friend.
You are fucking racked with pain. Like, racked with pain in your head. As you have, like, a new memory kind of forced in your brain. And you remember a story that's handed down for the Shindos. Like, handed down from generation to generation to generation. It's something like every Shindo is told. And in fact, it's a staple in silence now. And it's essentially like the folklore and the legends of when the Kingdom of Silence went to war with Lorinthos.
Should I know what Lorinthos is?
Lorinthos is the underwater city you were just in.
Bummer. I liked those guys.
They liked you.
Who won that war?
Well, Lorinthos is not a thing anymore.
Well, I guess they fucked with the wrong tieflings. That's fine. Huh, ow. Ow, that hurt. Ow, my brain.
Yep.
I checked my pocket. Do I still have the fruit?
You still have the fruit and you still have the dry card.
Perfect.
Does he still have the bracelet I just gave him?
Yeah. I mean, you guys carry the items over that you have. So, bracelet, card, fruit. What else did you get on this adventure?
Oh, I gave my signet ring to Rowan.
Yes.
It's true. You also have that signet ring.
And I am down a signet ring.
And you are down a signet ring.
Because I have it now.
No tradesies.
Yep. No tradesies.
I'm down a signet ring, but I'm up Fruit of the Gods and bracelet. Is the bracelet magic?
Is love magic? Like...
I mean, it's the secret ingredient to all of Teresa's treats and
thinks she
treats,
likes it.
but it's not... Is that magic? I don't know.
That will be for next time. as we go into the outro. And we're super
worst.
good at outros.
Yeah.
It's our
You guys know
strength.
that already.
It's our strength. It's our strength. So, thanks for playing with us. It was more than 2 hours. I apologize. I did not expect us to fight over a
All
shopkeep
you had to
and
do
fucking
was only roll
gold.
one deception check on the cards, and we'd been done in 5 minutes.
If there is one thing you should have learned as our DM by now,
Yeah.
it's to expect the
We are
unexpected.
terrible.
We could have
That
kept
is
going.
true. You know what? It's my fault, really. I should have came
You should
down
have known
harder.
how dumb we are.
Understood.
We all agree. Yes, thank you.
Abby's
No, I
just
knew
trying
that,
to
but I
make it
just
work.
underestimated how valuable that was.
Why are you still being surprised? It's late in the game. Thank you so
don't
much,
know.
Dwayne, for taking us on a journey. Thank you so much, Abon. Thank you so much, Dragonbait, for joining us on this adventure. Thank you so much for being cool and hanging out with us in the Discord all the time and making us excited to wake up every day and just be able to hang out in this amazing community.
You're the real
Thank you
stars.
so much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Can we have permanent additions?
Definitely. Now you would have to do some time travel for
Yeah,
that.
we would.
We got a time machine. But
I do actually, Dragonbait and Abon, if you could both roll me 1d20.
Oh, I can't.
13.
I got an 8.
You got what, Abon?
8.
8 and a 13. $13 to the charity of our choice. That was our roll for humanity with advantage, one from each of you. There you go, 13. 13 is the roll for humanity.
Not only did you get to play with the Lawful Stupid boys, you helped somebody, because really, that's the only good thing that came out of you guys having to suffer through this with us.
I actually wanted to roll
That's true.
myself to donate to that.
ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you so much.
Just let me know where I need to send it to after this podcast.
We don't know until
So you can
patrons
decide.
decide.
we won't know until this thing.
I got a $5. I feel bad about that.
Excellent. Every bit counts.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, boys, since we're so good at this outro thing, what do you want to tell everybody?
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our Discord. Thank you for leaving us iTunes reviews. Thank you for just listening. Thank you for your amazing art. Thank you for just being you and being awesome and being part of this thing that we call the tabletop role-playing community. And I think really the only thing left to say is, well, I'll let
I
Alex
love
say
you
it.
guys.
Didn't we have a review? Shit.
We did
Oh, yeah.
get a new review.
I'm looking
And-
in Discord.
And Devin's going to read it right now. I actually already have it pulled up. I'll read it if Devin doesn't have it pulled up already.
Excellent.
I'm going to read it as Atlas, the Atlas Farrier.
Oh, can you read it as Kristoff, please? You do
Ah,
Atlas
yes.
all episodes.
Yes, I can. Give me one moment as I read it as Christoph Shindo. Lawful Stupid blends together perfectly a compelling narrative, the seat-gripping adventure of dice rolls, and the hilarious antics of the charismatic players. My free time has recently been filled with the Lawful Stupid, and I can't recommend it enough. There are a lot of active play podcasts out there right now. I listen to a bunch of them. If you're looking for one to try the genre, Lawful Stupid is a great place to start. If you're a connoisseur, I know you're going to love the sound effects they've added. The audio quality ramps up after the 3rd episode. Give it time. They already apologize for the chirping.
Yes, and that comes from Dandy Litigator. And really, the only question that we have is, are you a real litigator? Are you a lawyer? Because if so, please reach out to us. We will need one in the very near future.
I think they are an alligator.
They go chomp chomp.
Ah, yes, from the Jurassic Experience and the Arcane Boss.
Yes, the Arcane Wars did speak of alligators, I do believe, if I recall correctly from my notes.
Quite a big playing piece in the
Not
Arcane Boss.
Christoph. I'm not super. My only gripe is that you did not overpronounce the word connoisseur.
Noted.
You'll get there.
Yeah, good criticism on each other's impressions. And our guest, is there anything you would like to tell our audience? All 4 of us.
Literally the entire audience is here. Oh no, Lance isn't here. So the entire us plus Lance equals audience.
Oh, and say something that you'll want to hear episodes from now that you'll be listening to.
Shout out to your friends and
Tell
family.
future self a message. Give your future self a message
now
like,
you
hey,
get
drink more
time for that.
water, like, whatever.
And Garrett.
This is your one shot. Do not miss your opportunity to blow.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, I would just like to say, if you're not a part of the Discord, you need to be, because these guys are great. No,
don't pitch us.
no,
pitch you.
it's fine. I'm pitching you guys because you are so great.
Flattery gets you.
Thank you. You're very sweet and kind.
I told you.
Get you everywhere.
We can't call him Alex because he's just rowing all the time. That's a trick. They're just the same person.
Well,
Abon.
if I have to
Please.
do a pitch, I love these guys. They're amazing. But other than that, ooh, I just hit my mic.
Punch your mic in the face.
This is a PSA against all microphones. They must die.
Don't hit them.
Mics,
It's
I'm
not
tired of
good. Otherwise, I am an artist. I'm on Instagram as Abon, pronounced Abon.Art. You can find me and I'll be drawing any of the Lawful Stupid boys. And I will do whatever else they want as long as they keep asking me to do it.
Typing messages now. Gotta go.
Well, so you can't ask commissions from her now. We've filled up her inbox. By the time you've heard this, she's just swimming in requests.
If
Just
you
give me
follow
more.
us on Instagram, there's a lot of Abon art on there. Please go check her out. Please go. Don't just follow us where we repost her art. Actually, go to the source. Follow her. Hit her up for commissions. She is really, really, really talented. So do that
The best.
right now. Don't wait. Do it right. No, Stan. I see you listening.
He's dead.
Or I'll
you say
post
Ned?
up one of those
You know
commission
he's
sheets
dead.
so you know how much to pay.
You killed Stan.
Because I
I'm
don't
sorry.
have one of those.
Not Stan T. Guardsman.
Wayne
Stan Wayne Smith. Stan Wayne Smith, who's listening from Indianapolis, Indiana. I see you listening to the Lawful Stupid podcast. Go right now. Follow Abon. Give her dollars for art. Do it.
Solid improv, boys. And together with our guests, let's do this.
Bye.
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 So long.
Avita saying goodbye.
Bye.
Avidas and goodbye.
I'd love to stay and give these new dice a try.
Goodbye.
We are storytellers.
We are creators.
We are gamers.
We are dreamers.
We are players.
We are players.
We are players.
We are DMs.
We are Nerdsmith.